up, everyone? My name is Brittany, and it's so good to finally talk to y'all. Today, I wanted to talk to my woke brothers and sisters about dealing with people who are asleep and how to route about that situation to where you're not warranting bad energy into your own life because you're not handling them correctly, if that makes sense. I know that we have all dealt with people who don't understand us. This just happened to me the other day, and I got in my feelings and I got upset and my ego took over. And that's okay that my ego got in the way. You know why? Because I'm human and I'm not perfect. So as long as I'm able to check myself and reroute from it, that's what matters. You feel me? Same thing for you. So like I said, my ego got in the way. I started to argue with this person back and forth because he was not understanding me. He made comments like, you need to come back down to earth. You too high up, you act like you're better than me, this, that, and third. He made comments like that even though I was not trying to come off like that. I made him feel like that. So that was a dilemma within myself. And when I had went over it with Kiana, she really pointed out a lot of good points to me that a lot of people would not be able to take and utilize because they will be so caught up in their feelings like, oh, she's criticizing me, but I'm not that type of person. Like, if somebody presents valid points to an argument about how I am conducting myself and it's valid, I'm going to think about it. Of course, it's going to hurt my ego a little bit, but I'm going to be able to think about it, meditate on it, self-reflect, and come here and speak to you guys. You get what I'm saying? So that's what I did. I checked myself. I was not being humble about where I'm at with the information that I have, and not being humble with my progress, if that makes sense. It's not about de-elevating yourself so that they can understand you. That's not how this works. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, it feels, after so many years of being asleep, it feels wonderful to be woke, and we exude that energy, but we gotta kind of learn how to teach others the same way we were taught, if that makes sense. We didn't always know this information. At one point, we were asleep too, because when we ascend spiritually, we're essentially elevating, and we're just on a whole nother level, and we tend to feel a highness about ourselves. And you feel this highness because you no longer relate to people around you anymore. You don't relate to the things you used to, and you're inevitably waking up and escaping the matrix like you've always wanted to do. You know what I'm saying? But now you're actually achieving it, so it feels wonderful. But just because you feel wonderful gives you no right to demean the next person for not being where you are spiritually, for not understanding. So in other words, you can't say that you feel pain for people who are asleep and not walk in the vibration of their well-being. Meaning, you can't say these things and not really live by them. And if you really lived by the fact that you feel sorrow and empathy for people who are asleep, the same way you can look back on your past self and feel sorrow and empathy for yourself for being asleep, you should feel the same way for them and want to guide them and want to teach them rather than belittle them and not understand them, because at one point you didn't understand either. And know that what I'm telling you right now is that you indefinitely have to look at people through the eyes of Source, through the eyes of God, through the eyes of unconditional love. Do you hear me? You have to look at people with those eyes, because only then will you attack problems the correct way. And what I mean by that is, when somebody is stupid, when somebody doesn't understand, when somebody is being ignorant, you won't take those things personal, because you know that it's not personal to you. You know that it's just not in their vibration to understand. You gotta understand that we all want to feel unconditional love. We all want to feel understanding. We all want to feel those things, right? Am I lying? But at one point, we didn't know how to achieve it. These people are trying to achieve it. It's just that, you know what I'm saying? You gotta let them be who they are in their vibration and not take it personal, and also not stoop down to that vibration, because you are higher frequency. Doesn't make sense to drop down, because when you learn to turn the other cheek and look at people through the eyes of Source and the eyes of unconditional love, then you will almost certainly eliminate suffering for yourself, being mad and upset because people don't understand you. Why don't they understand me? Like you won't even do that because you be like, shit, I just know. Like, you just be like, shit, they just not on my level. Just be like, shit, they learning, they'll get there. You know what I'm saying? I was there before. And when you learn to react to situations like that with unconditional love, then the world changes. You can't beat information into people. All you can do is offer what you can offer, and if they accept it, then they accept it. If they don't, then they don't. It'll resonate with their spirit one day. It's just that. So I hope this video was helpful to you. And I know a lot of us struggle with de-elevation with people. Like, we're always kind of harping on that, and we kind of need to stop that, y'all, because, like, they don't understand. We are no better than them. Like, we need to stop calling these people idiots and, oh, you're just a fucking moron because you're not like me. Like, that's not exuding unconditional love, and we will never, ever get to where we want to be by treating people like that. I want to thank my soul sister, Kiana, for always, since the day that I met her, giving me constructive criticism that helps me grow. Because sometimes you need to see yourself through other people's eyes to understand. And I am truly sorry to anybody that I have rubbed the wrong way with my spirit just being the way that it is, because I truthfully didn't mean to make you feel any type of way. So I love all y'all, and I hope to see you back here soon, girl. My hair is everywhere, girl. I hope to see you back here soon. Have a good day.